Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about, is it the end for altcoins? Are we in an altcoin bear market? Okay, and we're going to look at some of the data there. But before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. And of course, love all your comments that you take the time to read. Thank you so much for that. That does help support the channel. And you take the time to write them. I take the time to read them. Those who ask questions in the comment section, I do get back to those as soon as I'm able to. However, if you'd like more immediate engagement and interaction with me, you can find me in the Discords, and the links below for the Discords are in the description. You just need to click on the more button. That will pop out. Unfortunately, the Tribal Trades Discord is currently closed, but you can get on the wait list by sending an email that's in the description there, or you can find me in the Stocks with Josh Discord, where I have my own Crowned Traders channel in there where I share education, insights, resources, some of my trade setups, and of course, entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay, so let's jump into it today. And of course, are we in a bear market for altcoins? The way the market sentiment is, you would think as much. And you look at Ethereum, for example, here, a complete bloodbath. Ethereum has now lost 1/3 of its value over 4 weeks. It's now down nearly 50% since December 17th and nearing 2,000 for the first time since November 2024. Talk about a shift in sentiment, okay? And look, it's not just the crypto that's taken a hammering. You can see Tesla is down heavily, MicroStrategy down heavily as well. Google taking a bit of a hit there, Palantir, and gold's down a little bit. Bitcoin down there about minus 24%. I think it's a little bit lower than that, of course. This was shared yesterday afternoon. There was a little bit more of a dump last night, of course. So the question is, you look at something like Ethereum, for example, and it's down pretty heavily. And listen, I think that the altcoin market needs a shakeup. I think there are too many coins out there with awful tokenomics, poor leadership, or, in the case of meme coins, there's no utility there, and they'll be the first to get dumped when you see corrections like this. And of course, I shared yesterday how about Pump.fun. There's little to no activity on there at the moment. The meme coin's quiet, and that can only be a good thing, because I do think the meme coin market, and particularly it was the scammers that I saw start to come into the space in late December to early January. And I did share in January, hey, I was selling out of all my low caps, my meme coins, and getting into the more multi-cycle coins. This was very prophetic, because in the end, look what happened. Everybody now is scrambling to the multi-cycle coins, to the coins that are going to be around for multi-cycles, just in case the cycle is over. Now, I am likening this dip so far, and I may change my mind on this, but so far to the April and May drop that we had in 2021, where everything crashed for 2 months. Now, the start of this drop down was around about that January time. So if we do drop for 2 months, that would take us through to around mid-March, and then sideways for a month would take us into April, right in time for sell in May and go away. So yeah, I'm not sure if we'll see that same kind of 2-month downwards, because I think this has happened a whole lot quicker. And this more does feel like a drop when the end of a bull market is over as well. Although that April drop was pretty severe, going down from 65 to 28K. Many thought the bull market was over also. I do think the altcoin market, I do think it's over for most altcoins. I think most altcoins now will not recover. They might have a little bit of a bounce, but they will, in this bull run, because I do think the bull run is not finished. I think Bitcoin will recover and will set a new all-time high. But I do feel that it's over for some altcoins, as far as like Dogecoin in April 2021 made its all-time high and never again reached a new all-time high in the cycle between the 7 months of April to November. That's a good example there. And so many of the altcoins now are done for the cycle. Some altcoins are done forever. So number one, some altcoins are done forever. Some altcoins, number two, are done just for the cycle, and we'll have to wait for next cycle. And then there are some altcoins that will still have a little bit of a pump and set a new all-time high. Now, of course, we have to consider that we are now in a bear market and it's over for all of the altcoins. That is the other thing to consider and to be prepared for. And really, the pain that is being felt in this market at the moment are people that just simply didn't take profits. Number one, you didn't take profits when the profits were there to take. That's going to be a painful lesson that you'll learn for the next cycle or in your trading journey, but also hopefully you will get another chance on some of these tokens to take some profits when the profits is there to take. And I keep telling people over and over on this channel to panic sell the green candles and panic buy the red ones. Although we don't want to try and catch a falling knife, we want to wait for a reversal and a trend reversal there so we can see some upside and so on. And I think we are close. We could come down, of course, to 73K, 77K is the 50 EMA on the daily, and then 73K is the March 2024 new all-time high that it set in March. So watch my Bitcoin video from earlier today. So that's my thoughts there. Let's look at some of the Bitcoin dominance first of all, and that has come down a little bit, but it doesn't help that Bitcoin has been dropping, and that's why altcoins have been dropping as well. So we really need, the ideal environment for altcoins is when Bitcoin is going up, Bitcoin is going sideways, and Bitcoin dominance is coming down. Bitcoin dominance is coming down while Bitcoin is dumping is not good, okay? But obviously we are finding support again on the tribal trades trend line, one line to rule them all. So a little crazy there, but we'll keep an eye on that chart. But what I did want to look at is the total 2 and the total 3 charts, because we obviously have lost all supports on the day. This is the 200 weekly moving average down here. So that there is some space to go there in the markets, but I do want to flip to the weekly time frame and find this quite interesting. So yeah, I do think we could go a little bit lower on total 2. We have the 100 EMA on the weekly time frame, and we also have the 100 EMA on the weekly time frame, and we've got the 200 EMA on the weekly time frame as well there. So that obviously does help. And this line here, we've got the 200 weekly moving average in there. So there are some supports there. And then on total 3, if we go the weekly, it's right at that now, at the 50 EMA on the weekly. And that's what we identified for Bitcoin. And that's what we identified had been the line in the sand for Bitcoin in the last dump in April, May. If we are still to be in a bull market, we need to hold and maintain that 17K level, or even if we come down to 73, it'd be okay, but not go far from that. I'd start to get a little bit concerned. So you see here, we are right on that at the moment. Now, we did see in the previous cycle a 60% drop from the April-May drop. So look, if you think that we're out of the woods, that would take us all the way down to, it would take us some distance down to get that 60% drop there. We would keep going down to about 400 billion. So that would be a fairly brutal drop. For the sake of time, I just did bring up this so I could show the comparison here. I dumped to that chart, and so that drop before it found its bottom, there you go, 60%. So it really, really did drop fairly heavily and fairly hard there, 60% over a period of time. It didn't find its bottom until June. So it dropped there for 2 months, and there was even a little bit of a bounce and then a further drop down, and we could see something similar there. So you do see that even with total 2. I'll just show you the same thing, pretty much identical chart here in total 2 coming down. We did see before we found at the bottom in June, yes, 60% there. That was the drop that we had at that time. So that's when you're looking at it and saying, hey, is the worst over for altcoins? Possibly not. If history were to repeat, and this is an April-May kind of drop here, we are saying if we were to go down from and look, in theory, it was December. I mean, this was when the top. So if we're to be fair and say, hey, let's take the top from here down 60%, that does take us down to around that 640 billion area there. But then you could also say, okay, well, the drop started in December. So December to January to February, maybe March now we can start to climb out. And maybe we'll see a green March, or maybe just like the June to July, it was a little bit sideways and then we'll climb out sometime in March and have some bullish momentum for a couple of months there through to the sell in May and go away. Although if everybody's expecting the sell in May go away, maybe it ends up being a sell in June, and then July we fly. And so, but many of you I know who have watched feel that the bull run could be at an end, and that's something that we do have to take and say, yeah, this is a top, and then we have kind of like a dead cat bounce, and then now we're capitulation, and that could be something that is taking place right now. Although there's not been any top signals for Bitcoin or the altcoin market that we've normally seen, none of the indicators for showing that the top is in would have flashed. So I don't think the top is in. Of course, we might see that changes, and we're looking at the others, and we're certainly getting down there with the others. This is everything outside of the top 10, so all your meme coins and AI agents, other coins, really. And this is why I shared in January that I was getting out of all those low cap tokens, and I just rolled into Ondo and Tau and Sui and Bitcoin there as my fabulous four, my fantastic four that I had put into, and those are the ones that I've been continuing to look at. And we'll continue to cover those charts and those tokens, a lot more altcoins in the Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, I do encourage you. There are links below there. You can get on the wait list there. We are just adding a few more people just over this period. I know there were some people that would send emails. They were desperate to get in the Tribal Trades Discord. And so we are opening up just for a small number of people there. And so just make sure you get on the wait list, so whenever we have those little openings, you can get the opportunity to jump in. And we will have again at this time where we will open it up again for a larger amount of people this year, possibly Easter, maybe Memorial or July 4th weekend. I think by the time we hit one of those dates, we'll open up the Tribal Trades Discord. But you can find me in the Stocks with Josh Discord there as well, as mentioned. And so we are teaching people how to use leverage, how to short the market, how to long the market. You know, my great joys is watching the wins section where I see people who never knew how to short the market, never knew how to make money on the way down, who have made money going on the way down. Because that's really, when you think of it, people say, oh, it's over. Well, it's not over for me because I know how to make money on the way down. It's not over for me because when these coins dump, I can buy here and sell down here and make money. Okay. And if you want to learn how to do that too, you can sign up and I will show you how to do that in the Discords. You can find me in there, and we've got actually a live training today in the Stocks with Josh Discord. I'm going to be sharing a lot of those thoughts. And so if you'd love to join me in there, I'd love to see you in there, of course. And you can just make money on the way down. You see there with Ondo, you can buy high and sell low and make money. And when you're shorting the market responsibly with leverage, you basically will panic sell the red candles. These big red candles, you're panic selling them and you're taking profit, and you're panic buying these breakdowns. And I wouldn't say you're panic buying the green candles because they could just keep going green. But when the trend is clearly down, you don't want to trade against the trend. Okay, and a lot of people are getting wrecked because you're buying a dip that keeps dipping and you're trying to catch a falling knife. It's a clear downtrend, guys. You can see this with Ondo, you can see this with Sui, you can see this with Tau. It's just the money is to be made on the way down. And people would be, if we flipped this chart upside down and this was a parabolic move to the upside, you'd all be cheering and happy and everything would be great. But a lot of people are sad because they don't know how to make money from this parabolic move here from $2 to, oh, I made 100%. You can make 100% trading Ondo to the downside. You know, it's just the same as buying Ondo at $1 and selling it at $2. You can buy Ondo at $2 and sell at $1 and take profits by using leverage responsibly. And I show you how to do that. I take through each step of the way. We're going to be doing another class on that in the Discord today. And then Solana, the same thing. You see the downtrend. You can make money on the way down. And it's great too, because if you have hodl bags or swing bags, or if you hold tokens that you bought in the anticipation of taking profits as it goes up, you can kind of hedge those positions by making money on the way down as your token. So you can have a spot buy of Solana that you're still holding, but then you're also making money on when it goes down. So you're making money when it goes up, and you're making money when it goes down. Learn to be a trader, okay? This has not been a good market for the hodlers, particularly the hodlers that did not take profits on the way up, as I've always encouraged on this channel to be an aggressive profit taker. So it's a trader's market. That means we need to learn how to make money on the way up, make money on the way down, and make money sideways. And if this is a bear market and we go into bear market capitulation here, the only money that you can be able to make is on the way down. And you can make back some of your losses, if not all of your losses, from your hodl bags by making money on the way down. We'll teach you how to do that in the Discord. I hope to see you in there. And until the next episode, happy trading.